Welcome back to the Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. I got a compilation video today of women calling out other delusional women, which is rare, but it's starting to happen. I think there's a select few sector of women that are starting to realize things are awry in society. So please like and subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate that. And let's get to the chow. It's chow time.
I don't want to be rude or mean or anything, but I was at a dinner with this woman who was so obese. She was telling me how she couldn't find any swimwear for girls who are curvy. I thought to myself, oh my God, like you're refusing to live in reality. You're delusional. I am curvy. You are obese. And she kept referring to herself as curvy. Women, they take no accountability and they don't live in reality. She's delusional. I don't want to be rude.
Yeah, they've changed the definition of curvy to anybody that's big. Anybody that's slightly big, now they're all curvy. Delusional.
When he's with his future vanilla wife or vanilla girlfriend, he's gonna be thinking about me. Babes, the woman doesn't even exist yet. You just created this fake person in your head and convinced yourself that the man you're obsessed with is gonna be thinking about you while he's with her. How delusional are you? Also, if this man's time with you was so life-changing and earth-shattering, why didn't he wife you up?
Correct.
Could it be because he had a better connection with this other person? And,
Say what?
you know, they had chemistry that you guys didn't have.
Say
Maybe he just
what?
moved on and found somebody that he loves. Y'all are fucking weird. When he's with his future vanilla wife.
Weird.
But it's about so much more than that. It's about the fact that you can afford that, right? I go to yoga with this girl who has an 8-carat diamond engagement ring.
Yeah.
With a weed company and drives an Audi. So it's about more than just, it's about the fact that you can afford that.
Okay, well, I'm just thinking, like, you're going to miss out on a lot of guys because I'm telling you, no, but not in a good way. Not in a good way. I'm telling you, like, my dad would, if my mom asked for that from my dad would have told her to go find a new boyfriend.
Just look how much she says as she's smiling and just taking it in. She's so delusional. She's not hearing anything.
Because there's no way in hell he was going to spend $200,000 on an engagement ring.
But it's about so much more than...
You're ugly! And your mother's fucking ugly too, made some ugly bitches!
Imagine getting called out for your own bullshit and reacting like this. Yeah, I think this is what our manosphere channels do, and this is the reaction we get from most women.
Kids! Fuck you! Bitch! Go get hit by a car! You're ugly!
Yeah, I get called ugly every so often.
Okay, we need to normalize girls calling out girls again, because I cannot. Like, these girls continue to be friends with guys who are known to harass and abuse women. For what? For what? And I do not want to be shamed for calling them a rat face, ugly face.
Ruthless.
That's what they are. Like, how are you gonna support an abuser? Like, you're gross. Let me call you gross. I'm not a gross girl to you. I do not want to be. Like, I want to be mean to you.
It's good. This is true. I think women should call out other women for dating toxic men and complaining about it. Like, you're perpetuating these toxic men because you keep dating them. If you settled for nicer men or men that are better mates, it might be better for you. Just a thought.
The minute somebody talks about the female and what females do, it's such a bad thing.
Ma'am, that's not the problem. I made a video about her earlier. Y'all can go watch it if you want to. If you don't want to, let me give you a little rundown. She responded to a video of a woman using the sound, I gotta put me first, when a rapper wanted to fly her out, and she said she would leave her boyfriend for said rapper. Now, I don't got an issue with opinions. Pop your shit, say what you want to say. But the problem came in is when the creator that I'm stitching now said, and y'all wonder why men cheat on y'all, abuse y'all, and play y'all.
Yep.
That's the goddamn problem. Then on top of that, I'm going to point this out because I know we all see it. The way that you refer to us as females and you refer to men as men. I don't know you. I don't know what your content is about. And to be quite honest, I really don't give a damn because that one video you made was very problematic. You can call out a woman without victim blaming. You can't call one behavior problematic and then be passive about other problematic behavior. That's just not going to work.
Nope.
The minute somebody talks about the female.
It's funny how men are now allowed to say female or call women female or say the word female in our conversations, but women are allowed to say females all the time. I really don't understand why that is. I really don't. I went on a date with a woman that that was like one of my first dates after my divorce, and I use female a lot just because I'm used to referring them as females, you know? And she got upset at me, and she straight up said, "You need to stop using female." And I was like, "Why?" She's like, "Because it's derogatory." And I'm just like, it is what you are. We are males and females, are we not? Like, I don't know. I had a whole issue with it. But she kind of she pushed it off. She knew that I wasn't a bad guy because every time I said female this, female that, I wasn't derogatory towards them. I just used female as the term a lot. And again, I still don't understand why it's an issue. I saw a little video about saying it's a microaggression or whatever it is. I'm just calling you by a title. Like, I don't fucking understand.
You know, I've never mind calling out women in general for our bullshit because I'm a woman and I know we have a lot of bullshit, so I don't mind doing that. I do feel a little bit weird calling out Black women because I don't like to, just call out Black
Yeah, because the backlash on it is pretty big.
women. But the reason why I know Black women is because I'm a Black woman. And some things should be said. Some things should be called out. And this one particular thing that I'm about to call out is worse than anything a Black man I have ever heard say on TikTok or anywhere for that fact. So I feel like I should say something because the things that I'm hearing is so sick and sinister that it scares me a little bit. So, Black women, for those of you who claim that you do not like the way Black men represent us, you get upset because they are getting their passports and they're going overseas to find women. You get upset because their preferences is everything but a Black woman. And you get upset by some of the harsh things or harsh opinions they may have about us. But I've seen multiple content creators that are Black women go as low as saying because they have such hatred for Black men that if they knew they were having a baby boy, they would abort it. And they would say comments like, if I was ever pregnant, I would never have a baby boy. How sick is that?
It's very sad. I feel like the eugenics program that was implemented is working. It's really working. When that group of people are willing to say that they're going to kill offsprings off because they are males, you literally won. They are literally killing themselves. They are literally depopulating themselves because they hate themselves. That is crazy. Just think about it. It's like the words I just literally said. Right? Because Black women hate Black men them so much, they rather make themselves extinct. What the fuck?
Any child that God gives you is a blessing, but your hatred for Black men runs that deep where you feel that you would want to have an abortion or not have a baby because it's a Black boy.
You know what? I'm going to say something else about this. It's not just Black women. I hear it from other women. I literally hear if it's a boy, I'm gonna have an abortion. Like, what makes you better than China? Like, instead of, aborting women, girls now, you're gonna abort boys. You do know China is struggling to populate because there's so little women, right? So if you did the opposite, the opposite doesn't matter too much. There's only require one guy to repopulate the whole world, technically. So, all right, I'm wrong on that one, but I do still hear it from other women other than black women.
That is kind of sick, which brings me to my next thought. I kind of understand why black men sometimes have a problem with black women.
What?
Like, especially after talking to black men or listening to their stories, it's the indirect things that they say.
Correct.
That makes me realize certain
They're very passive aggressive women.
things. And I feel like for a black man, and this doesn't go for everyone, but for a black man, the first woman to ever disrespect them and devalue them and degrade them is their own mother, their own black mother. And you guys don't even realize you're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
100%.
mothers really disrespect their black sons.
It's not just black mothers. Asian mothers do the same. Like, my mom, in front of her face, I love my mother. It's like, I don't want you guys to think I think any ill of my mother. I'm just giving up a story. Like, rest in peace. Yeah, my mother loved me. She never talked shit in front of my face. But I do hear from my siblings and my other family members when I'm gone or when she calls them and stuff, and all the bad things I do, she will talk massive shit on me. And it's very two-faced, right? And I think it's not just black mothers. I think it's all mothers kind of disrespect their sons, and they are the first women to disrespect their sons.
And then you wonder why they hate black women. Because you are a core memory. You're a core memory. You are the first woman to disrespect your black son. Whether it's bringing a whole bunch of men into your house and letting them see you sleep with a whole bunch of men, or just the way you talk to them. Yeah, but we have to do better. Like, really aborting babies, that's kind of sick.
I would 100% agree. You guys know my stance on abortion. It's murder.
To either marry equal or up. Like, why would I downgrade myself if I know, again, what I'm capable of or what I'm earning?
Okay, so if women historically married up, wouldn't that mean that men historically married down?
I mean...
So who's really settling for who?
No answers.
See how they got nothing to say? They can't even think of shit. They're
They don't have anything to say. They don't even know why they upgrade.
To either...
None of us
Shout-outs
in
to Pearl.
here can be considered traditional women. And back then, an average guy could get a traditional woman. And now what does he get? He gets a boss bitch, a boss babe, a girl that's been ran through. He gets an ex-hoe. He gets a born-again virgin. Like,
What do
this
I
is,
get?
as women,
Yeah.
this is what do we get? We still get protection and provisioning.
Are you sure?
And the
most
average
that they'd be
salary...
Are you sure? You want men that make more money than you.
The average,
not.
I mean, okay,
let's
but
do
here's
something
the thing. The average salary could cover an apartment. But the thing is, like, women, we want this lifestyle that's not even realistic nowadays.
Yep.
Like, we want men that make more than we do, and we want them to pay all of the bills. But it's like, we all have our nails done. We have, we get our hair dyed. We have makeup. We have all of this stuff that costs money because we want this lifestyle. And I've had girls come on my show, and I say, would you date an average guy for companionship? But you would have to go down in lifestyle. And they say, no, we're addicted to lifestyle.
Yep.
None of us in here.
The state of a lot of our women today is extremely fucked up. I'm just gonna call it how it is.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them are trying to isolate women, females, young ladies.
I really want women to watch this clip. This clip really speaks of what's going on in society, and I don't think women are realizing it.
Girls and get them away from men by poisoning them against men and saying that, you know, men are these predators and men are these monsters and men are the enemy. And when you really peep the game, you realize that these females, they're trying to not only poison these women, these females, these young ladies, these girls against men in an attempt to isolate them and get away from men, but to essentially replace the men themselves.
Yep.
They are trying to tell all of these women all over the world about how trash men are and how men try to control and men try to manipulate and men try to dictate. And the whole while, that's what they are attempting to do.
100%. And women are not realizing this. I wish more women would.
They're trying to essentially swap out the predator. Ooh. We're in dire need of direction and correction and guidance, help, love, support. We're in dire need of that. And the reason why a lot of us don't have that to begin with is because we're trying to go against our womanly nature, which is to be in healthy, balanced relationships with men, to be complementary to men.
Correct.
Men are placed here for a reason. You are not meant to be against men. You are not meant to be in a position.
I mean, you can think about it. Imagine any other species, any other animal. Does the female and males fight each other the way we do as human species? No, they are complement to each other. Yes, you know, wildlife could be different when there's, you know, multiple men, multiple animals, you know, doing whatever they need to do, but you don't see the same species fighting each other of the same sex.
To where you have to be isolated from men and only with women. That's not how it's supposed to be. And what we do is we will seek out other broken, damaged females and women to fill those voids, to replace what we are lacking or what we are missing. A lot of them are so fucked up and damaged themselves for going against nature and not doing the internal self-work that they say, you know what? I'm going to become the man that I'm missing.
Correct.
I'm going to become the daddy for myself. Trying to disguise yourself or transform yourself into something other than your natural born self is problematic in and of itself. Amen.
Correct.
They try to become that same real man or that same daddy or fatherly figure for other women. As a matter of fact, you feel like
those are the words right there. They try to be the men and the father figure for other women. Right? They think that they can replace men and what men can teach.
you are better than a man because you feel like you have the best of both worlds. Because I have the feminine energy and element to me, and I am able to tap into and embody that masculine energy. And what's very scary about this is that a lot of the women that listen to these females, that listen to these chicks, they would confuse them as a savior, if you will. They will confuse them as a motherly figure. They will confuse them as a friend. They are worse than the men that they are supposedly trying to protect you from. Zoom.
How was that, Chow? That last one, 100% facts. I really wish more women would realize that separating from men and just being against men and being on your own is not what society was made from. And it's not what makes society thrive, right? And women are going to realize sooner or later, once you're in your 80s and 90s by yourself, or even in your 70s by yourself, it's going to be a rough life. it's really going to be a rough life. And traditionally, women have always had men to help take care of them. Yeah, men, we do die earlier, so women do last a little longer than us, but there's only a few years, right? If you're talking about 20, 30, 50, 60 years being with someone, I don't think that happens that much nowadays, especially with the younger generation. So please like and subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate that, and I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao, time.